grows a little heavier when you're not here by my side. But something in the quiet still feels like you never left my life. I reach across the empty space where you used to lie, and though there's nothing there to hold, I feel you close somehow tonight. It's like a whisper in the dark, a fading echo in my heart, not gone enough to disappear, not here enough to stay. Your shadow still warms my side, like you never said goodbye. In the silence of the night, I still feel you in my life. Your shadow still warms my side. Through the tears I try to hide, even when I'm all alone, you're the place I call my home. I walk through all the memories like they're living in the air. Every laugh, every heartbeat still feels like you're there. I try to tell myself you're gone, that I should let you fade, but love like this don't disappear, it just learns another way. To stay within the quiet space between each breath I take, a presence I can't leave behind, no matter how I try. Your shadow still warms my side, like a light that won't go out. Every time I close my eyes, you're still all around. Your shadow still warms my side, and I don't know why it stays, but in every lonely night, it never fades away. Maybe love don't always leave the room, even when it says it's through. It lingers in the smallest things, in every space between. If I could hold you one more time, would I finally say goodbye, or would I stay here once again, with you in the dark? Your shadow still warms my side, and I'm learning how to live with a love that isn't here, but never truly left. Your shadow still warms my side, and maybe it always will, 'cause You spoke like nothing was broken, like everything was still the same. But I could hear it in the silence every time you said my name. There was something in your breathing, like a truth you couldn't say. And every pause between your sentences was giving you away. I felt it in the space between every maybe, every week. Something slipping quietly before it hit the ground. Your goodbye lived between every word, in everything I barely heard, in every pause and every line. You were already saying goodbye. Your goodbye lived between every word, before it ever truly hurt. I heard the ending in your tone, before you left me all alone. You smiled like you were still here, but your eyes were far away, like you were standing at the doorway, while pretending you would stay. Every word you tried to soften only made it clearer still, that you were slowly letting go. Even as you held me still, I wanted not to understand, to hold on to what we had, but truth was written in your voice. I couldn't ignore your goodbye. Live between every word, in every promise that you blurred, in every "we'll be fine" you said. I felt the end ahead. Your goodbye lived between every word, and I was breaking as I heard the quiet way you slipped away, without a single word to stay. Maybe endings don't need to be loud, they can hide beneath the crowd of things we say to soften truth, but still cut through. If you had just said it clear, would it hurt less standing here? Or would I still feel the same? Just hearing your name. Your goodbye lived between every word, and I still hear it now, in every silence left behind. I feel it somehow. Your goodbye lived between every word, and I'll carry it the darkest skies. Every touch was something reckless, every kiss a spark of life. We believed in something endless, like the flame would never leave. But somewhere in between the embers, we forgot what it could be. I felt the warmth begin to fade in the words we couldn't say, and every silence built a wall. We couldn't break it all. We were fire that learned to freeze, turning warmth to memories. Every flame we used to hold, slowly fading into cold. We were fire that learned to freeze, losing what we used to be. Now I'm standing in the ash of a love we couldn't keep. I remember how you held me, like the world could fall apart. But your hands grew unfamiliar as the distance filled your heart. Every promise turned to silence, every feeling out of reach, like a fire left unattended, burned itself to sleep. I try to hold on to the heat, but it slipped away from me. And every second that we stayed just took more away. We were fire that learned to freeze before we even felt the end. We were breaking in the quiet, trying not to bend. We were fire that learned to freeze, and I still feel the spark somewhere deep inside of me, still glowing in the dark. Maybe flames don't always die out loud. Sometimes they just fade without a sound, leaving shadows where they shine, burning softly in your mind. If I could bring that fire back, would it still survive the cracks? Or would it fade the same again, like it did back then? We were fire that learned to freeze, but I still feel the heat in every memory we made that time could never keep. We were fire that learned to freeze, and though it turned to gray, there's a part of me that burns for you even today. We were fire like I knew what we would lose. Every shadow leaned in closer to watch us come undone. You held my face so gently, like it might just slip away. And in your eyes I saw it, we were running out of days. No need for words between the lines. We felt it in the passing time, like something fragile breaking through before it disappears. We kissed like the world was ending softly, like goodbye was in the air. Every second felt like forever, but we both knew it wasn't there. We kissed like the world was ending softly, like we couldn't stop the fall, holding on to something fading, even as we lost it all. Your hands were trembling on my skin, like they didn't want to leave. But there was something in your silence that I couldn't make believe. I tried to stay inside the moment where everything felt right, but even in the way you held me, I could feel goodbye. We were standing at the edge of every word we never said, and every breath we couldn't hold was slipping into night. We kissed like the world was ending softly, in a quiet kind of pain. Every heartbeat breaking slowly, like we couldn't stay the same. We kissed like the world was ending softly, like it was our last goodbye, trying not to fall apart, or falling all the time. Maybe love feels strongest when it's leaving, like it knows what it's losing. In every tear we try to hide, it says goodbye. If I could stay inside that night, would it still feel just as right? Or would I see it clearer than the way it ends? We kissed like the saw it in my trembling hands, the words I couldn't say. A storm was rising in my chest, but I kept it all at bay. I was standing on the edge of everything at stake. Just one more breath I would have fallen, but you turned away. I was ready to fall apart, to show you every broken part, but you couldn't stay to see what I was about to be. You turned away before I could break, before the tears could fall in place, before I gave you everything. I never showed my face. You turned away before I could break, before I finally let you in. Now I'm left with all the words I never said back then. I replay that moment slowly, like I could change the end, like I could stop you from leaving and make you stay again. You were already walking out before I found my voice, and all the truth I held inside was lost without a choice. I was reaching out too late, trying hard to change our fate, but you were gone before I knew what I had to do. You turned away before I could break, before I showed you who I am, before I let the silence go and let you understand. You turned away before I could break, and now I feel it every day. All the pieces I held back still haven't found their way. Maybe I was always just too late, standing still while you walked away, and every word I couldn't say still haunts me now. If I could go back to that night, I'd let it all come crashing out, but time don't wait for hearts like mine that hesitate. You turned away before I could break, and now I'm breaking all alone. Every truth I tried to hide still echoes in my bones. You turned away before I could break, and I don't know how to heal from everything I never gave and everything I feel. Before I broke, you walked away. Now all I am is what I couldn't say. The night falls quiet on my shoulders, like a memory I can't shake. Every breath feels a little colder since you walked away. I reach out in the darkness, like you're still standing there. And for a fleeting second, I still feel you everywhere. It's like a ghost I can't release, a warmth that lingers over me. In every space you used to be, you're still alive. I still feel your hands in the cold air, like they never really left me. Every touch we used to share still finds its way to me. I still feel your hands in the cold air, in the silence of the night. Even when I'm all alone, you're still holding me tight. I walk through rooms that know your name. Every corner speaks of you, and nothing ever feels the same. No matter what I do, I try to let the feeling fade, to leave it all behind. But every time the air turns cold, you come back to mind. I tell myself you're really gone, but something keeps holding on. And every breath I take alone still carries you. I still feel your hands in the cold air. Through every tear I try to hide, every piece of what we were still lives inside. I still feel your hands in the cold air, and I don't know how to let go, 'cause even in your absence now, you're all I know. Maybe love don't disappear, it just stays in moments here, in every touch we can replace, in every empty space. If I could hold you one more time, would it finally ease my mind, or would it only make it clear you're no longer here? I still feel your hands in the cold air, and I'm learning how to live with a love that isn't here, but still has more to give. I still feel your hands in the cold air, and maybe I always will, 'cause some hearts don't let you go, even when they heal. Cold air still holds you in my hands. I still know you. the darkest skies. Every touch was something reckless, every kiss a spark of life. We believed in something endless, like the flame would never leave. But somewhere in between the embers, we forgot what it could be. I felt the warmth begin to fade in the words we couldn't say, and every silence built a wall. We couldn't break it all. We were fire that learned to freeze, turning warmth to memories. Every flame we used to hold, slowly fading into cold. We were fire that learned to freeze, losing what we used to be. Now I'm standing in the ash of a love we couldn't keep. I remember how you held me, like the world could fall apart. But your hands grew unfamiliar as the distance filled your heart. Every promise turned to silence, every feeling out of reach, like a fire left unattended, burned itself to sleep. I try to hold on to the heat, but it slipped away from me. And every second that we stayed just took more away. We were fire that learned to freeze before we even felt the end. We were breaking in the quiet, trying not to bend. We were fire that learned to freeze, and I still feel the spark somewhere deep inside of me, still glowing in the dark. Maybe flames don't always die out loud. Sometimes they just fade without a sound, leaving shadows where they shine, burning softly in your mind. If I could bring that fire back, would it still survive the cracks? Or would it fade the same again, like it did back then? We were fire that learned to freeze, but I still feel the heat in every memory we made that time could never keep. We were fire that learned to freeze, and though it turned to gray, there's a part of me that burns for you even today. We were fire engine hummed like a fading prayer. Street lights blurred in your windshield glow. Your hands were steady on letting go, while mine still begged you not to go. Your face was lost in the dashboard light, a ghost I couldn't quite hold on. We drove through words we didn't say, till every trace of us was gone. I watched your eyes in the mirror fade, like a fire burning out of sight. We didn't scream, we didn't break, just slowly disappeared that night. I left my heart in your rearview silence, somewhere between the dark and dawn, where every mile kept pulling you away, and every hope I had was gone. I left my soul in the space behind us, in every word we never said. Now all that's left is a fading road, and your goodbye inside my head. The radio played a broken song, like it knew we were falling through. Every lyric cut too close to home, every note felt just like you. Your fingers tapped on the steering wheel, like counting down what we had left. I tried to hold on to your name, but lost it somewhere in my breath. The night kept stretching out too far, no place for us to turn around. We drove past where love used to be, and never made a single sound. I left my heart in your rearview silence, watching it shrink with every mile, like something fragile we couldn't save, like something broken all the while. I left my love on that empty highway, in the dust of what we were. Now every road just leads me back to the echo of your blur. If I could chase that moment down before your eyes turn cold and far, would you still pull me close again, or keep driving like you are? We were so close to staying whole, but something slipped between the lines. Now all I have is what we lost, and taillights fading from my mind. I left my heart in your rearview silence, where love dissolved without a sound. And every mile you put between us, a piece of me kept breaking down. I left my dreams on that last horizon, where you became a memory. Now every night I close my eyes, you're still driving away from me. The engine hummed like a fading prayer. Street lights blurred in your windshield glow. Your hands were steady on letting go, while mine still begged you not to go. Your face was lost in the dashboard light, a ghost I couldn't quite hold on. We drove through words we didn't say, till every trace of us was gone. I watched your eyes in the mirror fade, like a fire burning out of sight. We didn't scream, we didn't break, just slowly disappeared that night. I left my heart. You stood there in the fading light, with something in your eyes. I should have seen it coming then, but I believed your lies. You said it like it wasn't real, like we'd be fine somehow. But every word you left unsaid is all I'm hearing now. I thought goodbye was just a word that wouldn't leave a scar, but it's still echoing tonight, no matter where you are. Your goodbye still lives in me, like a shadow I can't leave. Every breath, every step still feels your memory. Your goodbye still lives in me, like a wound that never heals. No matter how I try to move on, it's all I ever feel. I walk the places we once knew, but everything has changed. The laughter turned to emptiness, and nothing feels the same. I tried to bury what we had somewhere deep inside, but every time I close my eyes, it all comes back alive. I keep pretending I'm okay, but missing you won't fade away. And every night I fade of every word I try to say, and every night I pray. If I could stand there once again, would I know it's the end? Or would I still be holding on while you were already gone? Your goodbye still lives in me, and I don't know how to let it go. Every piece of who I am still feels what we used to know. Your goodbye still lives in me, even after all this time. And maybe I'll learn to heal someday, but tonight you're still mine. Or set me free. Feels colder after dark, like something's missing here. Your side of the bed untouched, but I still keep you near. I leave the light on by the door, like you might walk back in. But every shadow tells me now, this is where it ends. I try to close my eyes and sleep, but memories run too deep. Every dream just pulls me back to where we used to be. For you at night, like you're lying next to me. Every touch I try to find fades into reality. I still whisper out your name in the silence I can't fight, even though you're gone from me. I still reach for you at night. I hear your voice in quiet dreams, soft and calling me. For a moment it feels so real, like you never left me. But morning comes and breaks the truth with every empty space, and I'm left here all alone again, with nothing but your trace. I tell myself I'll be okay, but missing you won't fade away, and every tear I try to hide still falls for you tonight. I still reach for you at night, silence you left here. Maybe time will teach my heart to heal. Maybe someday this won't feel so real. But right now you're all I see, in every part of me. If I could turn and find you there, would you still say you care? Or would I wake up once again